Hello, welcome back to part 33 of this video tutorial how to build a Pacman game in XNA. Please don't forget to buy the content. Send €2.95 to PayPal account XNAPacman 2013 at hotmail.com. We send the content in 24 hours to your email address. In this tutorial we're gonna create the dot class, but before we're gonna do that we need to add a texture to the game class, so let's do that first. Go to the game class, and in the public section we're gonna add a texture. It's a public static texture 2D, and we call it the dot strip texture. Represents the dot strip texture. Alright. And now we need to load the texture, so go to load content. And at the bottom we can say here load the dot strip texture. And we're going to say here that the dot strip texture is equals to content dot load. And we're going to load a texture 2D. And now we need to copy our texture to the sprites folder. So if you have by the contents, go to your content folder from your zip file and go to the sprites folder. And we need the dot strip. So we're going to copy this file. And we're going to paste it in our Pacman content folder in the sprites. So we're going to paste it here, and now we have the dot stripe dot png here. So we can say here sprites dot strip. Right? And now it's time to create the dot class. So go to project, add class, and we call it the dot.cs. And the first thing we're gonna do is copy the using block from the object class. So let's do that. Just like this. And it's a public class. Public class dots. And the first thing we're gonna do here is we're gonna define some private variables. So private rectangle source rect represents the source rectangle, and we have a private rectangle dash rect. Represents the destination rectangle. Alright? That are the private variables. And now we have to define some public variable. So let's do that here. And the first one, it's a public factor 2 for the position. Represents the position of the dot on the screen. And the next one, it's a public int, and it's called the size. represents the size of the dot, where 0 is a small dot and 1 it's a big dot. Right? And the last one, it's a public bool, is alive. Indicates if the dot should be drawn on the screen. Alright. And that are the public variables. And now we need to build the constructor. That's a public dot. And we're going to pass in a vector 2 for the position and an int for the size. Get a local copy of the values passed in. So we can say here that this position is equals to position, and this dot size is equals to size, and finally we can say that this is alive is equals to true. Right? Now we need to calculate the source rectangle. So we can say here that the source rect is a new rectangle. And we're going to say here that the size multiplied by game1 dot tile size. And the I is 0. And the width and the height are game1 dot tile size. Alright. Now we need to calculate the destination rectangle. So we can see here the destination rect. It's a new rectangle. And we're going to say here that we're going to pass in the position dot x, and we convert that to an int. And the same for position I. It's an int position dot I. And for the width and the height, we're going to use the game1 dot tile size. Alright. And that's the constructor. And that's the position of the dots. On the screen. The size of the dot, where 0 is small, 1 is big. Alright. And now we need to draw the dot on the screen. So let's build a draw. Just here, it's a public void draw, and we need the sprite bed. And here we can say that if it's alive, we're gonna draw the dot on the screen. So sprite bed dot draw and we're going to draw the game1 dot strip texture, and we're going to draw it at the destination rectangle from the source rectangle, and the color is white. Right. Draw the dot on the screen. And the actual sprite beds. And that is the draw method. Right? So I can finish the tutorial here, and in the next tutorial we're going to create a dot editor in our map builder tool. So I hope you enjoy, and see you in the next tutorial. Bye.